Yeah, so I just really fell in love with the process of recording. I don't know, I just have a little audience. I talk about what I want to talk about. I have a setup. It's like the easiest thing to do, and whenever I record a video, it compounds onto the work I've already done. So once my YouTube channel blows up, everybody would be looking at my past content, right? And it just builds those muscles, right? That kind of like hard work muscle, the one that you use to, strike discipline, right? If I tell myself I'm going to do something every single day or do something on a timeline, right? And I do it, it's just positively reinforcing into something in my brain. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but hold on, let me see. It was a YouTube video, right? David Goggins and Huberman. You guys looking at my feed. Yeah, this one, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. He basically talks about. Matter of fact, let's rewind. If you guys don't know who David Goggins is, right? He's just a fucking animal. This guy, he literally runs, like, look, literally, right here.
And I'm a big fan of cold showers and ice baths and cold. Put yourself into uncomfortable cold 3 or 5 days a week. It's not about the metabolism increase as much as is the mental training of doing something that sucks. I mean, David Goggins has this right. I mean, David is a guy who just keeps pushing himself to do the hard thing. But I think the reason he's so effective as a communicator is because we understand that he had to go through a journey that was incredible, from being this 300 plus pound guy to that, and he's still doing it. So we're like in his story, he's still going. And so I think all of us would do well to push ourselves to be uncomfortable. And I'm a big fan of cold showers and ice baths and cold.
Yeah, he basically, he didn't say it, but it's like psychological too. Like, the more you do something that you don't like doing, you build up this portion of your brain, right? Like, there's a certain portion in your brain, and the more you have it, or the more of that, I guess, type of like brain matter that you have, like, it just shows willpower, and you can just do incredible things. Like, this guy, he literally has like bad legs. Most people, honestly, 99% of everybody, he's probably only the only 1%, right? Most people will not do what he does with the condition that he has. His legs are beat up, multiple surgeries, but he still gets up and runs. The first like 30 minutes of every run that he does, mind you, he does like miles, like 10 miles at a time. The first couple minutes of him running, first 30 minutes, his knees and feet are just like cracking and whatnot. Knees and feet are just cracking, and he just has to like build through that. Yeah, and I just want to relay that back to like business and stuff like that, right? I just want to relay that back to you doing what you want to do. Like, doing all of this stuff right here that I'm doing, it's not easy. You got to turn a whole bunch of stuff down. You're not talking to certain people, because I'm not saying everybody would, but it happens for me in general. Like, I have to stay like on my path, and like, I'm not saying I don't have the discipline, but like, let's say if I step out that lane for just a little bit, then I'm gonna go and tumble into like a whirlpool of unproductiveness, right? So I know myself, and that's why I always stay headstrong into what I'm doing. And sometimes I go out of it. That's how I know that, but it takes a lot for me to get back in it, and it's just like the little things. So like, how I get back in it is just like the little wins, like making my bed, making sure I drink this amount of water, making sure if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it, right? And just getting back into that groove, right? So those of you that don't know what I'm doing, I have, an online company, an online business, right? And right now we kind of switched our main offer. Like, there was a whole bunch of, things that we were doing, but we finally niched down, right? And I learned in this process. I learned like a whole bunch of things, right? I learned how to build an offer. I learned what an offer is. I learned how to build an offer. I learned how to get people to see the offer. I learned, once those people seen the offer, or once those people saw the offer, how to get those people to actually want to sign up to buy your things. I learned how to put a team together. I learned, how to be a leader. Like, yeah, I guess just be a leader. I learned how to, I learned sales. I learned client retention. I learned all these things, right? And it basically amounted to this. I learned how to build funnels. I learned how to build a website. Basically funneled all into this. So this is basically kind of like the final product of whatever I learned. And I learned trends. I learned this. I learned that. So this is HMM Excel. You can visit the site just to even like look at it. And we help experts, right, turn their expertise into a online scalable info product and brand. I heard Ty Lopez say it. He was saying that the first trillionaire would be a personal brand. And honestly, like sometimes when I hear things, right? Sometimes when I hear things, it just resonates and I just understand it to the T, like in 0.5 seconds, right? Like that's the truth. Like look at Kylie Jenner. She's a personal brand, right? She's pretty. She has a whole family of pretty people, of good-looking people. She's a model herself, and now she leveraged all that fame or that brand, her personal brand, and let me see, and she made a business. Look at her. This girl's a billionaire. Look, everybody wants to have this, right? And this is kind of like a recurring subscription, because when it runs out, the girls are gonna buy it again. So it's just like this is her personal brand, and she learned how to monetize all that reach that she has. Look, launches clothing line. Like she's gunning for it, man. She's just gunning for it. So Ty Lopez was saying, and if those of you that don't know Ty Lopez, this guy's a guru. You probably known him from this ad. Here's my Lambo. Here's my Lamborghini. But yeah, like he's just a guru. And he was saying that the first trillionaire will be a personal brand. And I so heartily agree with that. It's like you can have a product that could sell, right? Or you could have a product with a brand behind it. What do you think is gonna sell? Somebody that just uses straight marketing or not straight marketing, because a personal brand is marketing too, but like that kind of like that rigid marketing, or somebody that has a face to the brand. Everybody's buying Kylie Jenner's brand just mainly because her face is attached to it. Everybody's buying this because her face is attached to it. They're buying that with Kylie Jenner in mind. A personal brand is key. He also said this too. I gotta credit him too. He said this is the rise of the individual, and it went from, I forgot the exact order that he said it in, but it went from like the government, right, to corporations, right, and then I don't know if corporations and companies are the same thing. And I think there was one more step, but now it's the rise of the individual. Like, look at Airbnb and look at Netflix, right? Or look at Airbnb and look at Uber, right? They allowed single people to get up, right, and work under their brand and or their company and make money doing that, right? You can essentially do that online as well. And that, leads me into our statement. We build and scale your info product and brand to over 6 figures a month. We build and scale your info product and brand to over 6 figures a month. So like, let's say you're an expert, and now it can be an expert about anything. Like, let's say like you have a certain lifestyle, like you're a digital nomad. People would want to know how to do that too. They just don't know how to do it. Why won't you create a info product, right, or course, right, and put your face behind it and say, I can teach you all of this for like $800. I can change your life for $800. I can change your life for $800. Or it can even be more or a little less, depending on how fast your outcome is and what your product can actually do for the other person. Or let's say you're a trader, an expert forex trader, right? Or let's say you're a successful executive that literally rampaged through like the business world or something like that, right? And you have the necessary skills to do that. You can teach that to other people. I seen somebody that was training C-level executives, right? And her program was like $7,000, and people are buying that, right? So let's say you're a chess expert. You can be an expert about anything and build a brand behind it, and build an info product, and you're good to go. And now all you have to do is just market it. And now this is like, it's easier said than done, right? Or I should say done properly. You don't want to just appear as, like whatever you're running, your operation, you don't want it to look like a get money quick scheme. It has to be done right. And I would be more than happy to help you do that, right? Like, this can change your life. This whole thing can change your life. Let's look at Ali Abdaal. I'll credit Montel Gordon, right? Because
hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So what does it mean to make a given year the best year of your life? And I think
I watched one of his videos and he explained this beautifully. So apparently Ali Abdaal was a doctor, right? This guy was a doctor for X amount of years or X amount of months, and he actually quit that. He basically paid to go to college or university, grad school, right? Actually got into the profession, got his degree, was practicing, and he actually quit that to double down on this. Now, what is this? This is a personal brand, right? Everybody knows who Ali Abdaal is, right? And everybody knows that he teaches productivity, right? Look, Ali Abdaal, feel good, productivity, how to do more of what matters to you. Check out my new book. And he just has a ton of info products. Let's see if he has a website. Does he not have a website? I think he's just pushing his book right now. That was pretty slow. There's a lot going into it. Look at this. There's a lot going into this. I'll exit out of this, but yeah. So he literally teaches you how to be productive, right? A ton of info products. He makes millions of dollars per year doing this, right? So what would you rather want to do? Would you want to be a doctor, go to school for X amount of years, like 10 years or something like that, 8 years, be a doctor, make like, well, what is the starting salary, like 150 a month, right? Would you want to do that, or would you want to make, like, let's say like 700K a month just recording, traveling the world, right? Just talking and actually changing people's lives, right? With what you have learned. This is pure freedom. Being a doctor, you have to wake up at a certain time. You have to operate. You have to do this. You have to do that. And if you don't want to do it no more, you just wasted 10 years of your life, right? This, you could work anytime you want. Obviously, be diligent in what you're doing, right? But you have no boundaries. Like, we as a species, as humans, we're not supposed to be bound down to a certain location. We're just not. This guy has the freedom to do whatever he wants, create whatever he wants, whatever partnerships he's gonna have, right? You can actually do something like this for yourself, right? And an expert, become an expert in whatever you want to become an expert at, right? And chances are you are already an expert, but you just haven't monetized your craft yet. You haven't monetized your knowledge yet. You haven't monetized your audience yet. So build a brand, right? Build an info product, and I guarantee you will not regret it. The world is already headed in that way, and this is way before the storm. So my suggestion to you is get on and start building, right, before it's too late, right? If you actually want help doing this, right, you could go to the site hmmexcel.org, right, and press this, book a strategy call, and then you can book a call straight on my calendar, right? I only have this day open, but you can book a call straight on my calendar. If you have any questions, you can just press this, and it's just gonna automatically answer any questions that you have, and I'll get a notification. So if it's like a very, very unique answer, I'll reach out to you myself. But that's everything. Just wanted to pick up the camera and start talking. Build a personal brand, guys. Build a personal brand. I cannot say it enough. Quick tip: if you just need to organize your business, right? I just got Notion. This looks like a very promising, site or software. I like the layout of it. It's beautiful. So this is my goal right here. Partner and help individuals create an info product / pay community / course and scale them to 100K per month, right? I'm on a mission to do this for you guys. Let's see how many people I can help. That's it for today's video, guys. Subscribe, and like always, I'll keep you updated. Less.